everybody. My name is Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Under 20 all days, every day. When I say under 20, I mean under 20 carbohydrates. Well, my keto community, you're the cream in my coffee. You're the salt in my stew. You'll always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you. That is from the Nat King Cole Trio. God knows when it was recorded, but sometimes I found myself humming that, and the way that I remember the lyrics is "You're the cream in my coffee, you're the sugar in my tea." But yeah, I don't know. I had a boss at the pizza bar joint that I worked at, and he always sang little ditties, and you know, the first couple of lines of little ditties, and so I think I got a lot of that from him too. And my father, who was a severe drunk but a funny one until he died, did the same thing, you know. And the records that were played were always Benny Goodman and Nat King Cole, and you know, jazzy sort of things. So that's how it goes. You are the cream in my coffee, and you're the salt in my stew. It's Celtic and it's pink Himalayan. So, and the cream is in my bulletproof coffee. I couldn't do this without you, and for now, I'm not doing it without you, am I? So I had this horrific weigh-in today where I weighed, I put on like 2 pounds of water weight in 4 days, and I have always been plagued with humidity here on the Cape, and when it moves on in, it moves on in, and there's just nothing I can do about it. So you know, it's like I felt it in my body, and I knew, and you know, you don't gain 2 pounds of fat from eating OMAD keto with your carbs well under 15 every day. You just don't. So anyway, yeah, I got over that trauma. And just, I'm moving on with my day, just like everybody else here that has a weight gain. And, you know, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just the moon and the humidity and the scale goddess and all that kind of stuff that we get all wrapped around the axle about. I'm going to have a sip of this. So I just made my salad for the day. I have my dinner planned. I have my my mushrooms and my fat asparagus all weighed out, ready to be sauteed in butter. And this is what I am having today. My macros. So where am I? I can't see. My calories are 1,400. My protein is 50. My carbs are 9.8, and my fat is 125. And I mean, it's like I'm having asparagus, I'm having mushrooms, I'm having a moderately large salad with 2 tablespoons of oil instead of the bigger one with the 3 tablespoons. I'm having 5 ounces of filet. I put in 3 tablespoons of butter to have just for the sauteing and the second cup of coffee. I have two tablespoons of heavy whipping cream coming on board with my second modified bulletproof coffee. And in my salad is arugula, baby romaine, and baby spinach, all organic. And so what's not to love about that for 1,400 calories, and the carbs are under 10. So that definitely works for me today. And so here we are. It is still May. There is still time to pull it together if you're looking at those Bermuda shorts that you had last year, or maybe even a bathing suit. You couldn't pay me to be seen in a bathing suit. I look like the Loose Skin show, if you've ever seen it. Yeah, I'd like Dr. Now to get a hold of me. And I'll live in Houston for 6 months. I can do that. I'm familiar with humidity. So anyway, here we are. And I am loving my food world, my stress world. And it just, with the 1 meal a day, it's just done. It's dusted. It's over there. The salad's made. The veggies are weighed. Soon the tenderloin will be. And it's not even 5:30 in the morning. And I just take care of those things. They're all in the fridge, ready to go. so I can have an action-packed day. And today is the day that I begin my 3 overnights in a row shift, so I will prep for that. And I'm not sure what's easier, day on, day off, day on, day off, or 3 shifts in a row. I'll let you know. But I guess I'm kind of accepting of it. It's what I do. It's like if it's the on-off week, okay. And if it's the 3 in a row, okay, I'll just do it. So I just read this really dumb article about treating losing weight like your finances. And I thought, wow, this will make a great video, because it's like I never thought of it like that. And, it was beyond dumb. I mean, they must have needed a filler for 3 pages with big pictures on it too, of cash wrapped up in gauze. It was just dumb. And I really don't look backwards, except that I know that on a day that I'm having filet or ribeye, those are the easiest days to have the extra veggies and work around and still have plenty of delicious fats and a deliciously satiating meal. It's when I try to veer out. So I make that Mississippi roast stew rather than just having it as the roast. I guess I've just become stewified in it, the salt in my stew, like I just said to you in the poem. And so I had a big mug of that last night with a big salad, and I will do the same tomorrow. And in my chronometer, I could copy that day and paste it for Friday. How easy peasy lemon squeezy is that? So that's how I'm rolling here today. I don't have any issues except my gimpy leg is gimpy. No rhyme or reason for it, but I am sure it is attached to the antibiotic Cipro. And look it up and see I wish my doctor didn't prescribe it that one day in January, because it's been nothing but trouble ever since. But I do find that on the good days, at least I can walk with a little bit of how I used to feel. But it's definitely changed my gait and my balance. And if I could sue the suckers, I would. I hate taking drugs. But anyway, I digress. So how is your keto food plan going? Are you tracking, weighing, measuring? Are you working on the habits associated with your being? Things that no matter what food plan you're on, continue with you? How's your gum? How's your diet soda? How are your promises that you've made to yourself? Are you keeping them? Do you work on them every day? Is it kind of like tracking, where you keep doing what you're doing? I know that my routine gets more and more layered, like it did after watching Barbara O'Neill with the salt and the water, her video. I put the Celtic crystals on my tongue before I take a sip of my Himalayan salted water with the lemon in it, and I do that throughout the day. I have my Smart Water and my Mountain Valley waters in my, I bring 2 Mountain Valley waters to work with me, to have those throughout the night with the electrolytes in between the coffees. And that's kind of how I roll, because I made that commitment, no eating when I do an overnight shift, because I wanted to keep my overnight as like over there, so my 1 meal a day is 3 in the afternoon. That doesn't conflict with my overnight. I'm not hungry during the overnight because I wouldn't be eating until 3 the next afternoon anyway. And so I just kind of roll with it. And it was funny, when I did Weight Watchers about 5 years ago, I was working with this woman, and she's also in AA, and she came in yesterday morning to my meeting, and I hadn't seen her in like 3 years because she does not get up to go to the meeting at 7:30 in the morning. So I hadn't seen her, so we got to catch up, and her weight has remained the same. She's not doing Weight Watchers anymore. And she asked me a little bit about mine, and I had already been making my Weight Watcher videos back then. So if you want to see the old me, go way back to like 2014 or 15, and when I was making those videos, and pretty funny. But my videos were just the same as now, except they were much more broadened, because of course there were fake sugars and grains and fruits. And so I would do, this this mountain of those baby food containers, the little glass jars that I love. And it would be a mountain of food to take to work for me because that's how I rolled back then. And it's curious. What would I do if I was still working that 10-hour a day job, like 8 to 5? Yeah, 9-hour a day job. What would I be packing with my keto food plan? I'd probably readjust and have my OMAD when I got home from work, because who wants to eat there when you're dealing with clients with needs that never stop and all the things you have to do. So yeah, that's another reason keto is much more adaptable, and I really appreciate that. And when I sit down to eat at between 3 and 4, it's not because I'm starving and I'm going to bite Greg's head off. I'm hungry. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's coming, but it's not with that voraciousness that when I ate carbs. You hear people talk about it. Sometimes the doctors talk about it, the carb diet, and how you're immediately hungry after eating, and your body burns through the sugar. And to show you how naive I was back then, when it says, well, it burns the sugar and the carbs right away, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, this is a weight loss program. That's good. Burn that stuff right away. And I wasn't realizing the metabolic damage and the appetite that just you could never be satisfied. Never, ever. I don't know how I did it. I just ate all day and never really had that same feeling after having a fat, saturated OMAD like I have now. So that's it for me for the day. I've got my nice little fatty day ahead with steak and mushrooms and asparagus and a salad. What's not to love about this food plan? It's great. It's like all the healthy things, and it's got fat in it. It is satiating. I love my keto food program. I will see you the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with keto under 10 carbohydrates today. That's how I like to roll with my old lady metabolism. I will see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.